Please proceed.
Good morning, sir. What, sir, is your name?
Kouri Wright.
Spelled W-R-I-G-H-T?
Yep,
Did you know Eric Richins?
I did.
How?
Eric was a really good friend of mine and also business partner. Met him in high school. He was an acquaintance of my brother. Met him through him. Became good friends through the hunting world. He was a rancher. I liked hard work. He loved hard work. And we became friends almost immediately through that. That led to a lifelong of events together and fun together and work together. We had a lot of good times. Shortly after I met him, he came to work for a family business as a hod tender. Got to teach him what hod tending is all about and hard work that way, which was fun. We both served LDS missions. Shortly after that, came home, continued to work together through that family business. In 2010, we decided that it was time to separate from that business and start our own. We started our own masonry company together, and that was another journey in and of itself. That was fun.
Is that masonry company CNE?
Yes, CN Stone Masonry.
Is that for Cody and Eric?
Yes. And we worked in that masonry company together for almost 12 years, 11 and a half years or so.
How often would you see him when running your company together?
See him a couple times a week probably. We ate lunch fairly often. In the fall, I saw him a lot as we were out in the hills and doing fun stuff, whether it be on the ranch or up in the mountains. We spent a lot of time together in the fall. We spent a lot of lunches together while we worked and things like that, but talked to him pretty much every day on the phone if I didn't see him.
When you talk about spending a lot of time together in the fall, is that hunting?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time.
About how many days each fall would the two of you hunt together?
We would spend the end of August and most of September and sometimes October and sometimes November and sometimes that bled into December, January, and February. But
and
quite a few days.
Would you travel together to hunt?
Yes. Yes, we went on different trips as well.
What was Eric's personality?
Eric's feisty. Eric's hardworking. Eric's the life of the party. Eric's funny. Depends where he's at and what he's doing. He can be very fun to be around, very comforting at times, and also he can tell you what you've done wrong and make sure that you knew that it was wrong and that should have been done differently. And so, good personality.
What was he like personality-wise in business?
Business, he was serious. He took that very serious. That was one of the things that he was very passionate about. He wanted to grow CNE. He wanted to be successful. He wanted to do the best he could with that. He came from a background of hard work and business as well, and saw that and wanted to replicate that from his parents, I'm sure. But he was very serious when it came to business, wanted to make sure that things were done right, and wanted to grow that business.
Were you able to interact with Eric and his boys?
Yes.
What are some examples of that?
One that comes to mind was he asked me, I did a lot of baseball growing up. I pitched in particular, and he asked me to work with Carter with some pitching lessons. We went over and worked with Carter and helped him learn how to pitch. That was one that comes to mind.
What was Eric like as a father?
Competitive, dedicated, He wanted to know what my kids were up to so he could tell me what his kids were up to and how well they were doing as well. He wanted his kids to be the best on the team. He wanted them to succeed. He wanted to make sure that I knew that how well they'd done over the weekend and how good they were doing in all their sports.
What was your business relationship in CNE?
We were 50-50 partners. So we were, I ran half the business, he ran half the business, although that wasn't like a perfectly straight line, right? We did paver, stone, tile work. I took care of tile and paver work. Eric took care of the stonework side. So we did have it split to where he took care of his projects, I took care of mine. We overlapped in the bookwork end of things or in the administration side of things. But as far as work went, he had relationships with people that I didn't, and so he would take care of those clients and I would take care of others.
How many people did CNE employ in early 2022?
Approximately 90.
And about how many projects at any given time was CNE running?
When Eric passed, I obviously stepped into a full-time role in that whole business. I remember counting 47 projects.
What was CNE's business outlook in early 2022?
Good. It was great. Business was good, and business continued to be good, and was projecting upward. Each year we'd done a little bit more, and it was definitely on its way up.
Did you and Eric have any plans for the business before you passed?
We had, I'm more conservative than Eric was, and so my plan was always to just be okay with where we were at. Eric's plan was, let's grow this thing and keep going. And I was like, good with where we were at a lot of the time. He definitely was very motivated to continue to do more and more and be better and bigger and better.
Did CNE have an office?
It had my house and a small office at Eric's house. We both had home offices, and so we ran the business from his office and my office at our residential home.
Did Eric use a CNE computer?
Yes.
Did he keep that at his home office?
Yes.
Did you and Eric have a CNE email account?
Yes.
How did that work?
It was a joint email. If you know him or I, you know that we're not technology people. And so one email was enough to handle. So we had one email that we both would look into, that all of our emails would come through. That way we could make sure that we were taking care of each other as well. That seemed to work, and so that's what we did.
Did CNE receive its America First Credit Union bank statements by email?
Yes.
Are you generally familiar with Kouri Richins Realty?
Generally familiar.
Did there come a time when CNE assisted Kouri Richins Realty?
Yes.
How did that come about?
Eric called me, was distraught. I said that some things had happened in their home that.
Object to hearsay.
Sustained. Please rephrase. Or just keep moving.
Your Honor, can we approach?
Sure.
Sir, did there come a time when C&E assisted Kouri Richins' business?
Yes.
How did C&E, without saying anything that Eric told you, how did C&E assist Kouri Richins' business?
There was a loan that was needed to be had for that business that was asked for, where C&E would provide the funds to fund a project, and C&E did provide those funds.
Was that a loan rather than an investment?
It was a loan.
Was it in extraordinary circumstances that caused C&E to loan Kouri Richins money?
There was a need for that loan. There was a need for that money to make sure that financial things were going to happen for reimbursement.
And was that related to a K. Richins Realty project on Franson Lane?
Yes.
And was that in October of 2020?
Yes. I believe so.
And was that approximately $200,000?
Approximately.
Are you familiar with a buy-sell agreement that you and Eric had in place should anything happen to either of you?
Yes.
Are you familiar with a New York life insurance policy, a set of New York life insurance policies that were associated with that buy-sell agreement?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the series of beneficiary changes to the New York life policy on your life in January of 2022?
I was told those happened.
Did you make those beneficiary changes to your New York life policy in January of 2022?
I did not.
Did you ever make any beneficiary changes to that New York life policy?
No.
Did you ever observe Eric Richins make any beneficiary changes to that New York life policy?
No.
Your Honor,
Of course.
Your Honor, I'm approaching the witness with Exhibit 8-49. It's some handwriting exemplars I think everyone's familiar with. Then I need to lay some foundation on. So can you please turn to tab 2? It's 849. It's the exemplars. Sir, did you collect those business and haircut receipts from C&E's records?
Yes.
Can you turn to tab 3? Did you recover those documents from Integrated Solutions?
I'm looking at an IRS e-file signature authorization form 8879. Is that?
Would you repeat the tab number, Mr. Bloodworth?
Tab 3.
Maybe just take a look to make sure you and the witness are on the same page.
these 4 pages of tab 3. Sir, did you collect those documents from Integrated Solutions, those 4 pages in tab 3?
We requested any signatures that they might have to be sent.
And did they then provide those to you?
Yes.
Sir, can you turn to tab 7, please?
Yeah.
Did you request and obtain from Big D Construction those documents containing Eric Richins' signature?
Same thing. We asked if they had any signatures and if they could send those over. If they did, provide those for us.
And then, sir, tab 13. Did you request and retrieve those documents from the Ford dealership?
I did not request the ones from Labrum Ford.
Okay. The documents at tabs 2, 3, and 7, did you then provide those to Kouri Richins?
Yes.
I'll get that from you. Thank you. Scott, if you can bring up 10-89, please. Defense Exhibit 10-89.
He has it.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, we don't have it.
You should. Mr. Wright, can you see that photograph on your screen?
So I can
Okay.
see it on the
Ms. Nestor, can you see it on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll fix that during a break, Mr. Blevin.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Your Honor, can the court publish it? Defense admitted this into evidence with mistaking.
Brittany, will you just confirm that that's correct? I don't recall. Yeah, defendants 1089-1089. Trust and verify.
And this is where the testimony suddenly becomes extremely significant. We're now talking about life insurance beneficiary changes, one of the most scrutinized financial details in many criminal cases. If someone benefits from a policy after a death, investigators look very closely at who changed the beneficiary, when it was changed, and who knew about it. So here's the big question. If this witness says he didn't make the change, then who did?
Ms. Nestor, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Good morning, sir. You and I have met before, but just to remind you, I'm Kathy Nestor, and I'm one of Kouri's attorneys. So I want to talk to you about CNE a little bit. You mentioned that the, excuse me, Your Honor. You mentioned that the company was growing about the time Eric passed away, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, it was slowly growing. Yep.
Okay. And you guys split everything 50-50?
Financially and in the administration part of the business, yes.
So whatever you made in a year, he made in a year?
Yes.
So in 2022, how much did you earn that year?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevancy.
Would you approach, please? restate the same question.
Yes, sir. So, how much did you earn, let's say 2021, the year before, just a few months before Eric died? How much did you clear that year, income,
Are you talking personally or in the business or?
personally?
Personally. I don't have those numbers in front of me. I'm not positive what that number would be.
Was it more than $500,000?
Personally, no.
Okay. Do you know that, do you know what Eric made in 2021?
Mr. Bloodworth, go ahead.
Objection foundation.
It's a yes or no question, so if you would start there, sir. Overruled.
Do you know what Eric made in 2021?
No, not off the top of my head.
All right. So if there's tax returns that have already come in that indicate, that came in through an expert, that indicate he declared around between $700,000 and $900,000, would that be way off base for that year?
Would you pause there for a moment, Mr. Bloodworth?
Objection foundation.
Yeah, would you approach for a minute? The foundation is sustained. Ms. Nestor.
All right. Did you, at the time that Eric died, did you project that your company was going to continue to increase in value and resulting in increased income to both of you over the years?
Before he passed, you're
Yes.
asking? Yes, we would have projected that our company would continue to grow.
And fair to say that you both would be financially secure as long as that continued to happen?
As long as that continued to happen, yes.
All right. At one point, before Eric passed, you actually had Kouri Richins on your payroll, is that right?
Correct.
And she would get monthly income from your company?
Correct.
And do you remember how much she would get?
Ms. Nestor, I apologize for interrupting. Mr. Wright, I need you to answer just a little bit louder.
You bet.
Brittany's listening on the mic, and we're not picking it up. Go ahead.
So you had Kouri on the payroll, right?
Yes.
How much was she making every month? Do you remember?
I don't recall.
Right. And then when Eric passed, isn't it true that Kouri asked to be removed from the payroll?
I do not believe she asked to be removed from.
Right away, the prosecution is establishing something extremely important in court: credibility and closeness. This isn't just a casual acquaintance. This is a lifelong friendship and a 50-50 business partner. That matters because juries tend to trust witnesses who had deep, long-term relationships with the victim. But here's the interesting question for you. Does that make the testimony more reliable or potentially more biased? Let me know what you think.
The payroll. We continued to pay her for some time after he passed.
Like a week.
I recall it being longer than a week.
How long do you recall it being?
A couple of months.
Okay. You also had, as part of your company, a business called Fox Lake Investments, right?
Correct.
And Fox Lakes was separate from C&E, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Scope.
Sustained.
Okay. Did you at one point engage in house flipping like Kouri Richins had through your C&E business?
Through CNE,
Not through C&E, through Fox Lake, through anything?
Objection, Your Honor. Scope.
Sustained.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the Fransom Lane property. The Fransom Lane property, you just testified that you gave a loan or invested, or whatever word you want to call it, about $200,000, right?
approximately.
And do you know what that money was used for?
The money was used for fixing up that home,
Rehab costs,
rehab costs.
right? And you got all of your money back plus interest, is that correct?
I believe we did, yes.
And do you know how much interest or profit you made on that?
I don't recall.
All right. And you talked about a buy-sell agreement that you guys had, and you just discussed that with Mr. Bloodworth. The buy-sell agreement is basically when partners in a business buy an insurance policy on each other, right?
Correct.
So that if Eric died, you would get money. If you died, Eric would get money, right?
Correct.
And the idea of that policy is that you pay the family member to divest from your business and say, look, here's the $2 million. Please don't be a partner with me. I don't want to be partners with you. I just want to pay you $2 million and you go away and you're done with this business, right?
The idea of it is to do whatever the contract states. So whatever is in that contract would be followed.
And was it your understanding that your buy-sell agreement would allow whichever person survived the other partner to pay that money to the family, and then the family would not be involved in the business from there forward?
In our buy-sell agreement, we had it so that the proceeds would go to the family.
Right. And Mr. Bloodworth talked to you about a beneficiary change on the buy-sell agreement, right?
Yes.
And that occurred on January 1st of
Objection,
20.
Your Honor. Just foundation, the beneficiary change is on the life insurance policy, not the buy-sell agreement.
I think that's what Ms. Nestor meant.
That's what I meant.
Appreciate the clarification.
Thank you. So the beneficiary to the life insurance that backed up the buy-sell agreement was changed on January 1st of 2022. Is that right?
I was told that.
Okay. And were you in fact told when you learned about this that the policy that was changed was your policy, not Eric's?
So the way that I understood that is the policy is on the person who is still alive. And I don't recall exactly the words that they used to tell me that it had been switched. They told me that someone had logged in and switched that beneficiary, and that was
to your policy.
Yeah, I don't recall the exact words that he used in that moment.
Well, think about it. You remember everything else. You don't remember if it was your policy or Eric's policy that it was changed?
Your Honor, objection, asked and answered.
Your Honor, I'd like him to have a chance to answer it.
Overruled. Please answer Ms. Nestor's question.
So it's tricky because when it's a flip-flop. So I'm trying to think about that in this setting. Give me just 1 second.
It's okay. Take your time.
So what I was told was that there was a change made to the beneficiary, that somebody had gone in and changed that and then switched it back. I do not recall him telling me whose name was changed or anything like that.
So it's possible it was your policy?
There's a possibility.
Okay. And if it was your policy, that means if you died, the beneficiary would be somebody different, not if Eric died. Right?
Correct.
Okay. And then it was changed back, right?
That's what I was told.
So at the time that Eric passed, Kouri Richins was not a beneficiary of your policy? right?
Can you say that again?
At the time Eric died, Kouri Richins was not a beneficiary of your personal policy, correct?
Not of my policy, no.
And she was not a beneficiary of Eric's policy, correct?
The policy stated that if he were to die, I would pay his family the money.
And that's what you did. You paid Katie Benson and the trust
I did
the
not
money.
pay Katie Benson. I paid the trust.
You paid the
and I had
trust.
put it into the court,
Okay.
which was instructed by attorneys.
Okay. So none of that money went to Kouri, right?
I have no clue where that money sits today.
You didn't give it to Kouri.
I gave it to the court
You gave it
as
to
I was instructed through
For-
my attorney.
on the behalf of the trust.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I want to talk about the times that you saw Eric in pain. So, fair to say Eric had back pain? He had back problems?
He would pinch a nerve once in a while and have back pain, yes.
And he'd be unable to work?
He would work through that.
Sometimes he'd be unable to work?
He would still probably drive around in his truck, which is considered work. I mean,
Okay.
he wasn't out lifting another stone, if that's what work, yeah.
So it might have impacted the type of work he could do.
Yeah.
All right. And he also had knee pain, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I believe so.
And he even had knee surgery at some point.
I don't recall that.
Okay. And then he had Lyme's disease.
Yes.
And did he complain to you about pain in his muscles from Lyme's disease?
He would tell me how painful that was, correct.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bloodworth asked you if you had ever seen Eric take drugs, right?
Correct.
And Eric, you mentioned you guys went on a mission together, right?
Correct.
So it's
Different
fair to
times, but not together.
It's fair to assume that you subscribe to the faith of the Church of the Latter-day Saints.
I am LDS.
Okay, and as part of that faith, you all subscribe that it is not proper to drink or take drugs, right?
If you are an active following member and you believe that, then that is correct.
And Eric knew that you were of this faith, correct?
Correct.
And he did not share with you when he drank alcohol, did he?
I would hear about it.
He didn't share it with you.
I've never been offered a drink from Eric.
And I'm sure that is a sign of respect to you and your faith,
I
yes?
believe so. To me
And-
as a person.
And he never shared with you that he used marijuana gummies?
He himself? No, he never told me.
Okay. Did you ever see him do that around you?
No.
Okay. And again, he knew that you would not approve of that, right? Under your faith.
Eric would be okay telling me some of those things. He would tell me, but in the light that I am his good friend, that he would tell me things, right? But not be proud of that by any means.
So he did share with you that he used drugs?
No.
Objection, Your Honor. This line of question calls for hearsay.
Well,
Sustained. Just ask your next question.
did you just testify that he did tell you about things, he just wasn't proud of it?
Ms. Nestor.
Yes, sir.
Sustained. If you'd ask a different question, please.
So when Mr. Bloodworth asked you the question if you had ever seen Eric use drugs, your answer was no, correct?
You're correct.
But you have knowledge that he did.
People have told me that.
Objection.
I'll leave it.
Hearsay.
It's out. What do you want me to do now, Mr. Bloodworth?
It is out. What if people told you?
You can follow up. Okay, Ms. Nestor, please keep her moving.
You mentioned that you and Eric used to go hunting together. Is that right?
Yes.
At some point, did you provide information to hunting law enforcement officials about violations that Eric had done when he was hunting?
Yes.
And was he placed in jail for that?
Yes.
And you provided that information and testimony against him?
No.
Okay. But you told the police that he did what they thought he did, right?
I was brought in and asked questions that I answered to.
And those questions incriminated Eric?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of them.
And you and Eric kind of had a falling out after that, is that fair?
Falling out in what sense?
You stopped going on vacations together with your families?
We didn't go on vacation with our families very often as it was. So I would say that was not something that immediately happened after that.
And your relationship became more tense, more difficult between the two of you?
Oh yeah, he didn't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, he was upset about that.
So I want to talk about the Valentine's Day call that you had with Eric. To your knowledge, did Eric work that day?
Again, work is everywhere we go. We have our cell phone and we are working.
Did you know whether he worked that day?
I would assume that he had worked that day, having received a phone call or two or done some sort of management style of work.
If I were to show you photographs of projects that he visited that morning, would you be able to recognize the project by looking at the house?
I may be able to recognize a project, but I'd have no clue if he showed up there or not, or if he had worked there that day.
Okay, can we put up for the witness States Exhibit 3-13D? All right.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, we still don't have it.
You're welcome to use that. Okay, do you see that photograph in front of you?
Yes.
All right. And that is a photograph and
Could you
Eric.
pause for one moment, Ms. Nestor? Mr. Bloodworth?
Objection, Your Honor, foundation.
He hasn't even let me get it out of my mouth yet, Judge.
Are you about to lay some foundation?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And so if you lay it before you represent what it is.
I will.
Thank you.
Do you recognize what that home is, the aerial view? Do you know whose home that is?
Yes.
Whose home is that?
Eric's.
Okay. And can you go to the next photograph, Katie? Do you recognize that overhead view of a home?
I don't.
So you don't know if that's one of the homes that Eric was working on or one of his projects at the time?
Doesn't look familiar to me.
Okay, can you go to the next one, Katie? What about this very large home? Do you recognize that one?
I don't.
You don't know if you guys were doing a project on that house?
I don't.
Okay, you can take it down. On the day that you spoke to Eric Richins on Valentine's Day, he didn't, you weren't aware that he went to a doctor that day? Did you ever know of him going to the doctor, taking time off?
He told me that he had gone with Carter that morning.
To get allergy shots?
Something with allergies.
Okay, but after you spoke to him, were you ever aware that he went to a doctor to follow up on how he felt that day?
Your Honor, objection calls, I think, for hearsay. There's no foundation otherwise.
If he had personal knowledge, if Eric took time off to go to the doctor,
Please approach.
Did you give Eric a ride to the doctor that day?
No,
Did you give Eric a ride to the hospital that day?
no,
Did you go visit him in a hospital that day?
I did not.
Okay. Did he make any calls to you where you could hear in the background there was hospital noises or ambulances or anything like that?
No.
Did he come to work the next day?
Yes. He would have been working.
All right, the day that Eric died, on March the day before he died, the 3rd, you guys went to lunch that day, didn't you?
Yes.
And you went to lunch at the Mirror Lake Cafe?
I believe that's where it was, yes.
And you kind of spent part of the day with him that day, didn't you?
Just that, at that lunch appointment.
All right. And then you got notice that he had passed, correct?
The next morning.
And did you send Becky Lloyd to Eric's house to pick up all of his computers?
At a certain point, yes. I don't remember when, but yes, she went and picked the computer up.
And was that within a day or two of his death?
Yes, it would have been within a couple of days.
And you didn't clear that with any law enforcement?
Didn't, nope.
So you picked up his computer, or Becky picked up his computer and brought it into y'all's custody, right?
Yeah, it was a CNE owned computer that we needed the company stuff from.
And did you get into the computer? Did you open it? Did you look for documents in it?
I don't know how to turn a computer on half the time.
Okay. All right, what about Miss Becky? Did she go into the computer?
Your Honor, objection here says go.
Do you know whether Becky went into
Hold
the?
on. Sustained, if you could ask
I
a
will.
non-hearsay inducing question.
Did you see Becky go into the computer at all?
I did not see Becky.
Okay. And then at some point, a private investigator came to talk to you about that computer, correct?
Correct.
And that would be Mr. Todd Gabler.
Correct.
And Todd worked for the Richins family or the trust.
I don't know who he worked for, but I assume that's correct.
And you told him that Becky had the computer?
Correct.
And you sent him to get it from Becky?
I don't remember sending him.
Did you authorize Becky to give it to him?
We would have in that instance, yes.
Okay. And in all that time, no law enforcement had gotten the computer first?
Correct.
All right. And then isn't it true that shortly after Eric died, you also sent somebody to pick up his work truck?
Correct.
And explain to me what the work truck looked like.
Brown Ford 550 flatbed truck.
And I noticed you said earlier that work a lot of times involved driving around in that truck, right?
Correct.
So he spent a lot of time in that truck.
He did.
And the truck was parked generally in the garage in the back of his house. Is that fair?
I don't know where he parked it.
But you sent someone named, what was the person's name that you sent to go get the truck?
I don't recall who I sent.
Okay. Somebody named Victor?
I don't recall.
Okay. And he went to pick the truck up and took it out of the garage, right?
But if it was in the garage, then he would have taken it out of the garage. I don't know where it was parked.
Okay. And if the police testified that that truck was not searched when Mr. Richins died, to your knowledge, had anybody sought your permission to search it at all prior to you picking it up?
No.
Okay. And then you took it into your custody,
Yes.
and you kept that truck.
Yes.
You still have it.
Yes.
All right. He also drove a red truck, is that right? But like a personal truck.
Yes.
And did the C&E own the red truck?
Yes.
All right. And at some point, you found out that the red truck was being serviced. Is that right?
Yes.
How'd you find that out?
The Ford dealership called me and told me that it was ready to be picked up.
Right. And you knew that that truck was being driven by Kouri Richins at the time?
It should not have been being driven at all.
Okay, but she had custody of it.
It was sitting at her house with instruction that it shouldn't be driven.
Okay. And when you
Well,
found out,
knowledge that it shouldn't be
I'm
driven.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I
You're good.
thought you were done. You found out the truck was ready and you went and picked it up, right?
We went and got it, yes,
You
because it had been driven.
You didn't talk to Kouri about it.
No,
You didn't discuss it with her at all.
no.
You just took it from the dealership.
It is a CNE owned vehicle. There is ramifications for an accident for somebody that's not working with CNE.
Okay.
And so it felt that it would be proper to make sure that the truck wasn't being driven.